Gooderson is a hotel and resort company founded by Alan Gooderson. It has a market cap of 92.5 million rand, a price to earnings ratio of 22.6 and a dividend yield of 2.2%. The group has recently made a number of new lodge properties. So it's building, got capex going back into the system. We spoke about the oversupply that certainly plagued the industry as a whole for some time over the 2010 or after the 2010 World Cup. Again, we're talking about another liquid stock.
Yeah, it's quite liquid because I think family interests, Alan's family trust, own somewhere in the region of 71% of the group. So he's still there in the executive chairman role. He's got a couple of guys that run the business that are pretty, but they're not as young as perhaps I thought they were when I initially had a look. But they've changed focus a little bit to try and attract people to the outlying areas. They were a lot more Durban focused. Used to be listed, as far as I could tell, in the early 70s, went away and then came back. Interestingly, although the share price trades somewhere in the 74 region, at the last set of interim results, they said they had an NAV of somewhere around 130 cents. And that's the part that I thought was quite interesting. There's a good property underpin there, on top of what looks like a fairly good business catering to middle growing South Africa in terms of tourism. So
potentially a very big business model down the line.
Yes, I think so. I think in the minds of some people, going back to what you were talking about, Sasha, way back in the 70s and 80s, I think this might have been associated with iconic but somewhat down-market hotels in the Durban beachfront. That's changed now, and if you look at their property portfolio, it's significantly different and middle to up-market in many instances. So I think it's catering to the right segment, and this could actually do quite well in years to come.
Do you like that property underpin that Sasha's talking about?
I do, indeed, absolutely.
The only problem I have is if you've had the same shareholder for like 50 odd years, there are no signs really that he wants to let go of that kind of control.
And you need some new energy.
That can sometimes hold a business back from the potential that it could actually reach. So I would love to see some clarity on that, even if he just sold a small block to an institutional shareholder. That would indicate to the very small free float that maybe those management control issues are going to be alleviated in the years down the line.
So for you, it's about management control and about some relinquishment of the reins.
Which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but it's being able to give a little bit away. Look, you've got a business named after you. That tells me a lot about what you are already. But I understand that he's very shrewd, old Alan, but he is getting on a little bit.
Chris, so hot or not on Gooderson?
Like Cullinan, not hot.
Hot or not?
Just on the property alone, I'm going to go for very speculative hot, although I'm probably mindful the liquidity is a big problem. So you've got to be patient when holding this one. And there are long periods where almost nothing happens.
But speculative, it's hot.
Speculative.